Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Admiral Dreadnoughts, the Royal Navy campaign. Last episode, the Anglo-Ottoman War has kicked off, and it was an even fight. I mean, it wasn't even in terms of numbers for really ships we were outnumbered by, but ships that we killed. It was about, I think it was 20 to 6, roughly, give or take. Let me find my page here. Yeah, it was like 20 to 6. So, I mean, very big battle. But obviously, losing a bunch of ships was not helpful to the overall war effort, and I can now not zoom out for some reason. There we go. Thailand is still short tonnage. Don't know why that's a problem. But I did promise this episode we would start by designing. Well, let me check the research first. Torpedo protection 2. Those are Mark III 2s. Normally I would rush that, but I'm not super concerned about it. We can design this new ship, at least look at it. So we unlock the semi-armored cruiser hull 2. Light cruiser. So 7,000 tons. How fast is the Barracudas? They're 23, so I'm going to try to get these guys to 24 if possible. Doubt it's going to happen, but we're going to do the best. You get corrupt, which is helpful. I'm going to try to make this somewhat armored, as that's becoming a problem for us in the long term. So, sorry, it says 87%. Let's lower the range real quick here while we look at getting this set up. Alright. Secondary tower. Main tower. 6-inch guns, fore and aft. Now we're a little bit over. Yeah, like 6-inch on the side, maybe 3-inch on the barbette, maybe 2 on the top. I mean, if we're being honest here, these don't really need to be that armored, but you kind of need them to be. If I did 23. Fine, I guess we'll have another ship at 23 knots. Not happy about it, but torpedo tubes. Put some casemates in. So. I did get a cooling pad for my laptop, and I can tell you it makes a difference because I can hear it. I hope it just doesn't pick up on the. Could go up to 19-inch. We'll try. Put a couple of 2-inch guns. Just to kind of help balance it out. Yeah, I'd say it's a decent light cruiser. Not the stats I'd like, but, you know. Capped. Against our own guns, we're not very armored because we're using capped. So maybe we go to standard. And we're not even that armored either. Do maybe a 4-inch belt, maybe 3. Get away with that. 2 on the main deck? No. 1 on the main deck. That gives us a little bit more coverage. So, again, it's a light cruiser. It's not designed to be super heavily armored. So, sure, the Psyche class. How long do these take to build? 12 months. We kind of need ships. So build 10. I'm going to put them all somewhere where I can easily get to them because we're going to need them. Put them all in Gibraltar. We can move them where we need them to go. Scapa Flow has a couple of heavy cruisers. I'm going to send them down here. I don't like having to move the entire fleet effectively, but is what is necessary. As for research, maybe take off submarine experiments, put it on cruiser design instead. Try to see if we can get a heavy cruiser that's just a little bit better. Right, so let's go ahead and go next turn. Not really interested in fighting that right now. Right. Fleet, add crew automatically. How is our crew pool looking now that I think about it? I got plenty. Gotta be kidding me. Move back. I think if it gets 5 out of 12, we fail it. And I don't think these guys are going to be here in time. String takes 4 freaking ever. What do you mean we're still low on tonnage? That's just torpedo boats, so. Cruise design. Oh, new cruiser hulls. Great. Probably take the 17 months. I don't really feel like waiting that. Bigger destroyers. Nothing super important. Okay. Fine. Fine. You want to fight? We'll do it. But it's not. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna go well for you. Bunch of torpedo boats. Push the big ships into one squadron. Worry about it later. They have spots. Zephyr. So you guys are gonna do that. Citadel. Stay the. What you guys do? Zephyr per class count. I do plan on modernizing these. Like I said, I plan on. You guys can let me know if it's too quiet. But I did make it clear that one of the things I wanted to do was modernize the torpedo boats throughout. So give better engines, give better torpedoes, basically use them as PT boats. Okay. Vigilant, take her spot. Zephyr, get out of here. Probably use the Zephyr here. Yeah. 2 launch torpedoes. always so accurate? I don't get it. Like, they're just insanely accurate. For some God knows what reason. I'm pissed off now. Send the torpedo boats away. I don't need them. I have to do this the hard way. Cover us with the smoke screen. Again, you took how many torpedoes? 3 torpedo hit. Just try to stay out of range, kind of tighten up a little bit. Ain't hit anything either. Real nice to see, guys. Royal Navy here. Blast that thing out of the water. Come on. It's not rocket science. Thank God. I'm not interested in fighting that rest of that formation. We are leaving. These guys barely have any ammo, so... maybe we need to rush Dreadnought tech. Yep, just get unlimited range. Of course, heaven help you, because you can't shoot back at them, because they've got 1.1-inch guns. They can just shoot across the map. God, I hate this game sometimes. Oh, that's nice. They can just shoot us from... okay. Turn around. If y'all want to do this, we'll do this, but I don't think you understand that I'm not playing around. Because now I'm angry. I said we were done here. Please don't crash. Come on. Try to see if we can get this to respond. Tell you what, you guys give me a second. Okay, well, that did not go to plan. So that happened, and okay, so we did get that. Okay. So apparently, yeah, the game crashed, and so that's nice. Of course, we lost all the naval invasions because this game is stupid. How big is Haifa? 41,000 tons. Congratulations, you guys are now the Mediterranean Squadron. Everyone return to Plymouth. Over here. I create a Singapore Squadron because obviously we can't have nice things here. Go to Malacca. Lost a bunch of conquest missions because of this stupid game. I love it. Freaking love it. Explosives. Ah, TNT. Great. That is actually nice to have. I'll take that off of that, put that in explosives instead. Get that a little bit earlier. So we'll wait to build it till we have the new explosives. Let us pay down. Pay down. Not interested. Okay, the Russian Empire is still holding on. Let's improve relations with Germany. Finances were doing okay. Bulwark will be repaired in a month. Alright. Ottoman Empire's falling apart. Alright, you two. Maybe based out of... Well, how much is Limassol? Yeah, you can't fit there. You can't fit there either. You can fit in Valletta, so go there. Make you part of the Mediterranean Squadron. What are you? Bulwark. Return to Plymouth. This piece of crap. Is the fleet over yet? It is, thank God. Okay. Separate these guys out. Alright. It'll be in 1901 next year. Worst relations are with Austria-Hungary. But they don't have exactly much I want to conquer. We still don't have any minor allies yet. Less unrest would be nice. Afghanistan has been conquered. No. Yes. Take that back. Alright. It's 36,000 tons. This is 17,000 tons. Or 7,000 tons. It's 24,000 tons. Bulwark, turn around. And we'll dispatch a couple of heavy cruisers out of here. Send an escort force with them. Oh, that'll give us Egypt, which will give us the Suez. And then we'll just have to take southern Egypt. And we will be connected from Kenya to Alexandria. So it is 1901 now. Naval prestige could be better. Hull construction, specialized forging. Explosives, that'll be 1 month. Small guns, that'll be 5. Engines, that'll be 3. So we'll wait a little bit before we do those new cruisers. Just a couple more months just to give us a couple extra bonuses. There's TNT, Netherlands. There we go. Okay, now it's starting to do the reset thing. That should be more than enough. Nicaragua is ours. So this fleet, I think I'm going to base out of Kingston. This will be our Caribbean squadron. And we'll park the torpedo boats in Nassau. As for relations, I need to start remembering to do this every turn. US, we're a little bit underwater, so let's improve that. Part of that's because we're kind of in their backyard. Ottoman Empire's falling apart. Still no minor allies for us. There's plenty of other nations who could be minor allies. Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, Oman. France is Yemen, and I'm not sure I like that. Persia could also be an ally. Same thing with Greece, Morocco. We'll have to see. There's nations in South America as well that we could get an alliance with. Multiple expansion needs steam engine 2. Alright. Okay. This is one of those things that just happens early game. You get a bunch of conquest missions. So do that. Maybe we can grab Cuba as well. That would be nice. Relations. Still a little bit underwater with the US. So we'll go with Germany for now. That's a bit better funnels. Torpedo propulsion. Gyroscope. Well, that's actually nice, because that increases our torpedo range. Is this surface tubes? Okay, that's deck torpedo tubes, so that would be nice to have. Still no minor allies yet. Russia goes to war with Austria-Hungary. The Ottoman Empire is in complete Mingsplosion mode, for those of you who've played EU4. That's more than enough. All right. 4 months on torpedoes, 2 months on the guns. That's ballistic capped. What's this? 2 superimposed large guns. Okay, so that would give us 4. Do a 4-gun ship. That should be Dreadnought hull, if I had to guess. We still don't have Mark III 10s, which is kind of what I'm shooting for. Ottoman stabilize. I'm just gonna kind of flip through this. Mark III 2s. Romania has been conquered by Bulgaria. Austria-Hungary takes Montenegro. We're in the positive with Germany. Let's try to get in the positive with the US. Yeah. Take that off of small guns. Let's not waste it. Put a little strengthening, see if we can rush that down, and then we'll go after big guns. Brazil and China. Okay. So that solves that problem. Now I think Alexandra's just big enough where I can move a whole fleet in there. You guys head back up to Plymouth. And the heavy cruise torpedo boats. Head back to Limassol. Alright. So now we have from basically the borders of Lebanon to Libya. So, that's that. Relations. A little bit of improvement with the US, but not much. We got Haiti, so let's move the fleet back into port. Shouldn't need them again for a bit. What were we researching? Yeah, Dreadnought hull design. I hate people with those stupidly loud mufflers. They drive around. So for some reason, where I live in the state of Florida, that just people everywhere just have these super loud mufflers, and they drive everywhere on the roads, and it pisses me off. I know I shouldn't. I know it should piss me off, but it just does. Because it's loud and they do it constantly. And I got the windows open today because the weather's actually nice. There's Thailand. Okay. Looks like we're going to get the entirety of Hispaniola. Okay. Thailand's done. So we have from Malaysia to Pakistan. Now connected. Go back into port Singapore. You guys go back to port Hong Kong. Research. Mark III 10s. Oh, we have Mark III 10s. I'm sorry, Mark III 11s. Those would be nice. Control station, central fire control. Rangefinder would be nice. Torpedo propulsion, that's in a month. Turret mechanisms. Improved reload. That's just blank tech. So we'll leave one off. Finances. Still making 660 million a month. Let's go into ship design. Let's look at those new cruiser hulls we unlocked. So I think it was the armored cruiser. Actually, hold on. Let me look. Figure out what we just unlocked. So, I think it was a light cruiser tech. Yes, okay, so semi-armored 3 and armored 5. I'll make a note of that. Semi-3, armored 5. So let's go ahead and look at those hulls, and maybe we can make something happen. Again, the rule is I have to design a ship for every hull. I don't have to build them. But let's go armored. Where is it? Armored Cruiser 5. So this is actually a heavy cruiser hull, which I'll turn that down just a little bit too low. Bring that back up just a little bit. Again, I'm still playing around with the audio settings on the new computer. I haven't quite landed on something yet because I'm doing it directly from OBS. 22 knots. That effectively be another Drake class. We could go up to 10-inch guns. Make a 10-inch gun Drake class just to kind of counter other heavy cruisers, but I don't really think it's necessary. I still have to design a ship for it. Stupid looking turrets. So the Mark III-2s get the late British secondary gun design, which is irritating to say the least. Even the singles. They clip is the main problem I have, is they clip through the floor. It just kind of pisses me off. It's more of a me thing, so let's do 8-inch guns, maybe. Sure, the Imperious class, I guess. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's look at that semi-armored 3. Sapphire class light cruiser. Now you, I'd like to get up to 24. Induced, multiple expedient, prevention 2, balanced, hydraulic. Now the reason I do balanced is it lowers the engine weight. Yeah, sure, it lowers the turning rate, but you can keep a lot of the speed, which is important for something like a light cruiser, at least for me, especially on battleships. Like, if I was designing a true destroyer, if I wanted to do the meta version, I would just crank it over to an unbalanced rudder, just make it turn on a dime, but it's not really my style. Of course, we're going to do 6-inch guns on this cruiser. It's kind of going to be our mainstay. Let's see what we can do with this. 98.4. Could I maybe should I get a small funnel I could put in the middle? That. Yeah, alright. Tubes. Plenty of torpedo tubes. Red tubes. Ratio increased. TNT 1. Go to ballastite. And we'll leave it at 18. Coincidence. Can we do a 4-inch belt maybe? 4, 2, 2, 1. 1. This can exist. Can we actually go maybe up to a 5-inch belt? No. So 4, 3, 3 maybe? Make this a little bit more balanced. Max out the inner belt. Secondaries are going to go with 2-inch guns. More secondary guns. Stupid 2-inch guns that can't fit nowhere. 3-inch guns? Nope. Casemate 3s. Some casemate 3s in, but they kind of don't like that idea. These I might put on the front line, because I'm quite a fan of these so far. faster than the Barracuda class by a full knot. And if I kind of jury-rigged it, I bet you I could get this, not 26. Could I get 25 out of it? I could get 25 out of it. So I could get an extra 2 knots out of this thing, which is nice. Even without turbines. We will do cap, nose fuse, that's fine. TNT bursting charge. Well, we could do mines. Mine layer 4. We still have tonnage to spare. Yeah, I like this. Sapphire class. We'll name them after gemstones. As for the Armored Cruiser 5. We have already unlocked this hull. Because it's the same one the Drake's built on. So why did it say that we unlocked Armored Cruiser 5? Okay. Sapphire will build 10, guess. Should build a bit more than that, believe it or not. Build 20. No. We'll build another 10 of these, I think. We don't need to go too crazy. We're going to put these guys, however, in... Gibraltar's a bit full. We'll put these guys in Sunderland. We'll build them there. Do Sapphire, Ruby. For those of you who've played Pokemon, you're going to get this reference. Sapphire, Ruby, Diamond, Pearl. I did say gemstones, but I'm gonna lean into the. I have to. I have to lean into the meme. Uh, what's some other gemstones? Emerald. We'll do platinum because it leans into the meme. Emerald, platinum. Do amber. I know it's not technically a gemstone, but we're gonna put it in there anyway. And then am I seriously gonna have to look up gemstones? Think. Oh, amethyst. Amethyst. Yes. Okay. So, we'll get the Dreadnought hull design in 8 months. We're not going to build them yet because there's a couple more things I'd rather have first, including rangefinder and maybe some upgraded things. What do you want to call them? So let's go forward. Oh, actually, let's sort out. Oh, that's where they put them. Okay, we'll move these guys somewhere in the Mediterranean because we'll have a Mediterranean squadron. Next turn. Can we get some minor allies? I'd like to sell ships, but no. Are you commissioned? Gibraltar, yes, okay. Move half of these guys there. I'm gonna move half of these guys here. I'm not concerned about the names early game, as a lot of these ships we're not gonna keep. Let's just be real here. Most of these ships we're not gonna keep till the end of the game. Probably none of them. Again, we'll still have the no scrap rule where we have one ship from each class has to remain. Each serviced class has to remain in somewhere as a museum ship. But once we start getting into like the late 19... The frick? Oh, it's just a flag glitch. Excuse me for one moment. And we are back. Sorry, that was a few minute break. Just had to go sit with family about something. But we are back. Still in 1901, still waiting on some research. I guess we just keep going? Maybe? You've got to be kidding me. It's always Hmm. Well, great. I gotta work that into the story somehow. This will be fun. Joy. I can assure you I'm not gonna ally myself with the communists. That's not happening. Can we get, like, a minor ally or something, please? Persia, maybe? Saudi? Bulgaria? I wouldn't say no to Bulgaria, because that would give us a front against the Soviets. Who's not aligned? Chile, Peru, Uruguay, Ecuador, Colombia and Venezuela are already allied. Are the Dutch? What about Denmark? Denmark is non-aligned. That could be a strategy. U.S. relations aren't going up. Relations are down with Austria-Hungary, but we are in the positive with Germany. I'm going to try to see if I can pop an alliance with them. And then we need to go take on the communists the first chance we get. Another cruiser. Just bigger light cruisers. Mark 311s. Save some money for a bit. Try to get turbines. Well, I could build like a small semi-dreadnought, because I think you get like a small dreadnought hull as Britain. I can't remember off the top of my head. He's getting a minor ally. Nope. We're just going to take everything, but we're not going to get a minor ally. That is the entire squadron. How much longer? 4, 6. How much do you need? 8,000. This is 7,000. And I can dispatch like one destroyer. Maybe two. That should tick it over. And then nothing interesting. I will put it on rangefinder, and then yeah, just shoot for engines. People are laying down more battleships. They're building more battleships. Radio telegraph. Chile signs with Spain. Colombia takes Venezuela. And now they're fighting Brazil. Can we please get a minor ally? Somebody, thank you. Next turn we need to improve with the US. Twin torpedo tubes. Netherlands, Belgium. Maybe I could get Belgium. Norway. I'm not gonna say no. It's surprising. Leave a couple of heavy cruisers behind. You're done. back to Kingston. It's weird that we haven't gotten a minor ally. Like, normally this time, I would expect a minor ally. Yeah, it's coincidence 2. That's important. What is this? Fricric acid 2, not important. Again, I'm just trying to pop either oil tech or turbines. Preferably turbines. If I could pick and choose. I would like Denmark and or Sweden. Denmark would actually be nice because that would give us more bases in the Caribbean. I wouldn't say no to Greece. No. We should not be fighting the United States. We have mutual interests and common defense and ensuring freedom of the seas. Yes, that's how we'll word it to the press. So while I'm thinking about it, let me just quickly pop into the design screen. So we can't build any more of the... That's what I was afraid of. What we could do... How big are the bulwarks? 18,000 tons. We could do like a semi-dreadnought design where we just make it 18,000 tons. Give it some 10-inch guns, call it a day. Like a light dreadnought, I guess we could call it. It's a bit early, which is why I'm hesitant to do it, but maybe lore-wise this would be like they're testing out a design. They want to build a proof of concept ship, so they come up with this triple 10-inch gun ship to serve as the test bed, I guess you could say, for the all big gun ship that the Royal Navy is designing, and they come up with this. I mean, I could make it work, but it feels too early. Like, I'd rather build a new class of heavy cruisers, so Germany can get that part of Norway. Just keep going, I guess. Still waiting on the frickin' something interesting to happen, honestly. Uh-huh. Meant to improve with the United States. Let's do that. I really don't want to be at war with the United States. I'm fine with taking on France, but France, maybe not Italy as much because they don't have a lot of foreign stuff. Like if they went to war with like France and maybe they got a bunch of African colonies and stuff, I would be more willing to do that. But at the moment, no. And again, I still think it's odd we haven't had a minor ally yet to pick up ship orders, because it's one of the things I try to focus on early game really heavily, is if we get minor allies, especially like 2 or 3, just sell, 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 sell as much as I can. BB Massachusetts New Mexico class. Central Fire Control, Cruiser Sky. Now the reason I thought about the small dreadnought hull is because I think it's Italy and a few other nations. Like Italy starts out with the semi-dreadnought hull of like a few different sizes. I think maybe it's Austria-Hungary, maybe it's China. I don't think it's China. I think there's a couple of nations like in 1900 that can get a semi-dreadnought hull, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. Sweden signs with Austria-Hungary. again, the fact that we still haven't gotten a minor ally yet is a bit irritating. Why do you hate me so much? Is Portugal allied with anybody? They are. They're allied with France. Again, I don't legitimately. I don't understand why we haven't gotten at least one yet. It's kind of pissing me off. Dun, 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 dun. Mexico. Forced boilers. That's important. Let's pick up that. Gun layout. Barbette Anti-Flash 3. Right? That'd be nice. Okay, Romania's back on the map. Maybe... Wait, where did they pop? Okay. Romania's back on the map, so maybe we could grab them as an ally. The Ottomans are kind of being systematically taken apart. Germany did get part of Norway. We also got part of Sweden, actually, but oh well. Research, special machinery. Electric steering gear. Okay. Try to rush that down. Make steering more efficient. Still, again, nothing. Keep going another couple turns, and then I think we'll end the episode there. And then I'll try to better naval prestige. Better naval prestige. That might be part of the problem, actually, now that I think about it. Okay. It looks like Germany and I are on the same page about naval stuff, which is nice. Try to get an alliance with them. Soviets are going to go after Canada? What? Since when does Canada have a port there? I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, that must be the port for northern Canada. I might have to take that back. Research. Nothing interesting. Politics. Nope. We're doing okay on finances. We still have crews. Okay, they're done. Those guys are done. We're gonna leave them put, actually. Da, 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 Nothing really happening in Asia. We're just kind of stuck. So we'll go to the end of the year, and then once it ticks over to 1903, I think we'll end the episode, because honestly, I'm losing my sanity here that we haven't had a minor ally yet that I can sell ships to. Why would you ever name a class after Tallahassee? For those of you who don't know, I'm a diehard Gators fan, born and raised, so you can imagine less than enthusiastic. Especially when St. Thomas Petty, or Tom Petty, as many of y'all will probably know him, was actually born and raised in Gainesville. Little tidbit not a lot of people know about is that Tom Petty uh, is from Gainesville. He was actually born and raised there. Anybody want to form alliance with me? Winners. No engine tag. Shells? What is this? Semi-armor piercing cap, ballistic cap. Nah, that's more capped rounds for armor piercing. Not what we're looking for. But one more turn. See if we can get anything, really. It's nice having this cooling pad here, I will say. A little distracting with the lights. I might unplug it at night, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You'll say rest is a little high, but I'll deal with it. Please tell me they didn't get Eastern Canada. They're gonna get it. We might end up at war with Austria-Hungary, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Alright, now we take over to 1903. It's the new year. Electric steering gear. Still no. Oh, new cruiser. Light Cruiser 3. So we'll probably get that next episode. And then for relations, we're going to improve with the United States. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Not really much happening. So yeah, I think that's going to do it. And I'll see you on the next episode.